Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Bar. I want to talk about Devin Haney. And after the last fight with Alfredo Saganago, do you think he need a couple of tune-up fights? Or not tune-up fights, but a couple of fights? Or do you think he was ready? Do you think he's ready for Lomachenko or Gervonta Davis? You know what I'm saying? Some people saying he was exposed and stuff like that. And well, I will say this. I know, Devin Haney is 20 years old, and he got a very good IQ from being 20 years old. But he's been fighting in Mexico. Became professional earlier than a lot of other fighters fight now in the professional boxing, right? When it comes to American boxers, and he got his feet wet. He sparred with Gervonta Davis, and I think he sparred with a couple other people like Teofimo Lopez and a couple other people. Because in the amateur he fought Ryan Garcia, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right? But one thing is he got his feet is a little bit wet too at the same time, and he fought. He got a good amateur background, and he's got 20-some fights under his belt, being professional, right? And I would say that after that last fight, I think he did. Some people say he did. He didn't do a good job, or what I'm saying, or they expected more from Devin Haney. But one thing is he's a boxer puncher first. I think he's gonna always be like that. He's technical. His IQ. You know what I'm saying? He did knock down Alfredo Saganago in one of them rounds, and they say he dominated the fight. You know what I'm saying, about what people are saying at the same time. They say they give Alfredo maybe one round at the most, but at the same time, some people are saying that let him get his feet wet a little bit more, and he's only 20 years old, and after that fight and stuff like that, some people say he was exposed. Devin Haney, I think right now, if you still talk to him right now, put a microphone in his face, and he'll say that he still want Lomachenko. One thing is, Lomachenko's not calling him out. Lomachenko gave up his belt for the franchise title some people say he's ducking or avoiding Devin Haney, and I can't disagree with that, right? But at the same time, it's something that Lomachenko sees in Devin Haney that everybody else is not seeing. Well, some people seeing it, but some other people saying that Devin Haney haven't did nothing, and he would lose against Lomachenko. But Lomachenko probably don't know that. As in, he think that he sees something in Devin Haney that the other people were saying that that's saying that Devin Haney can that would lose against him. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, man, I think that fight that was a tough fight for him. I think he did an okay job. He did get a knockdown. Michael Garcia got knocked down, but he didn't get knockouts when it came to Robert Easter or Lipnitz, and of course he fought Errol Spence, and he didn't win one round to when I seen the fight. And one thing is, Floyd Mayweather didn't knock down people when he became Money Mayweather. Petey Boy Floyd was different, knocking out people, making people quit. At the same time, I see Devin Haney making people quit, frustrating them at the same time, doing a jab at them, throwing all kind of punches at them at the same time, in and out, left to right. You know what I'm saying? Frustrate you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And making you quit. Now the top elite fighters, I don't think they're gonna quit on the stand or quit just quitting. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do that. But for the people, well, of course this fighter didn't quit because this fight was like 5'11" and he got 7'4" inch. He got 2 inch reach over Devin Haney, and he's like 24 years old, so he was still young too at the same time. He was no 33, 34 years old at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But everybody going off of Devin Haney age and talking about he's exposed. I don't think he was exposed. It was just a hard fight for him. And once y'all get in the ring and fight somebody like that and see you probably might get knocked on your ass or get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he's exposed. I say when you're exposed is when you take a loss. That's when you've been exposed. Even though you might have a weakness, someone might capitalize off your weakness if you are weak to the body or you can't do well when somebody switches to a southpaw to an orthodox, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up, whatever, or bait you in. Bait you in to take a hard punch and get knocked out, or get rocked. You know what I'm saying? But anybody can get rocked. Anybody can get knocked down by a lucky or get knocked out by a lucky punch, whatever, or a punch that you just don't see. You know what I'm saying? But Devin Haney still got a bright future. I would say that that's up to him. He would still call Lomachenko. He still want that fight. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, people gonna say what they want to say, and I think the people saying that Devin Haney can't beat Lomachenko, and you might got a point. You might have a point. I don't know. We got to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? But Lomachenko's saying something different. Obviously, I mean, he said he want to have one more fight, but it looking like what y'all telling me? You telling me after this Teofimo Lopez and Richard Coleman fight, and that fight is around the corner, so he's gonna have to wait for them people, whoever win that fight 3 more months again. He gonna wait that long to fight them? He's gonna take one more fight, and it's not gonna be Devin Haney. This is what Lomachenko said. So he's saying something different. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody got their own opinion. Everybody speculating at the same time, and they're going off what they see in the ring. I mean, I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he might be ready. Maybe he might be ready. Maybe he might not be ready. But time will tell, and he knows himself, and he's not that type of person to call out people. But at the same time, you do got people who clout chase and say this and say that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's clout chasing. That's just my opinion, because I think Teofimo Lopez, you don't see him calling out Lomachenko no more. But of course, he got Richard Coleman in his he got Richard Coleman in his eyes, because he got to fight him next, right? That's his next fight. So he shouldn't even be calling Lomachenko until he get finished with Richard Coleman. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's going to be an interesting fight too at the same time, and I will be looking at that fight too. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, man, what y'all think about what I'm saying? Do you think he's ready for Lomachenko? Do you think he's not ready? Do you think he need 2 more fights, whatever, 3 more fights, 4 more fights? Because one thing is, Devin Haney is not going to be at the 135 for another. I think for another year, and that's it. He's out of there. He's grown. He's 20 years old. He's still growing. You know what I'm saying? As in he might, when it's all said and done, I think it might be 2 more weight classes, or maybe even 3 more weight classes at the most after he finishes his career. So leave a comment at the bottom of my page, subscribe to my page, like my page, hit the notification bell for new videos from me. This is JT from Above Below the Belt. All right, bye.